All right, there we go. Okay, so I wanted to share this with you guys. It'll be a quick stream tonight. I just wanted to share this with you guys on the concept of leverage. So we talk about this in a couple of streams back. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe so you get the updates. Turn on notification bell so you know when I go live. Usually it's going to be in the evenings or in the mornings. I'm trying to figure out what that schedule looks like. Most likely the mornings are times that I can control the best. But I want to talk about leverage tonight, and specifically what leverage looks like in a wholesale business. So I have these automations that are running. They come directly to my inbox here like this. Well, this is one piece of it. So like I get automations like, hey, new lead has been added. Here's the lead details from our PPC. I also have automated emails that go out, like this one did to Delina and Katie and Jerry. As you can see, a couple of the responses that have come in here. And what I try to do for these, and again, this is all from Ryan's partner program. I didn't pioneer any of this. I'm just using the system because it gives me more leverage. Link down below to check out Ryan's program. Is he created this thing called the funding department intake form, which I'll grab the URL just so you can see what it looks like. But basically here on this page, if people don't want to get on the phone with me, which is going to be a percentage of sellers, we want a place to still send them where they can go out and basically do everything that we would do during a call online. So positions them, step 1, here's what we're trying to do, step 2, step 3, here's what we're trying to do, step 4, step 5, and then it asks them all the questions about the condition of their property. It pre-frames them, gets all the details that you would need, and sellers will go fill this out. People don't think that sellers will actually do it. Some sellers just don't want to get on the phone. They want to email, they want to text, they'd rather do it on the phone. It's a lot easier for me when they do it because that eliminates a sales call, because all I have to do is get on, I can run the comps like I did on this house, figure out what it's worth, figure out what their win-win price is, and see what they want. So in this case, they fill out the form from the automation this morning. Hey, we have a no BS experience. Yes, that works for me. We work as a team. They agreed. Yes, that's how we want to work too. Yes, they're the legal owner. Situation for wanting to sell. I really don't want to deal with a realtor. When do you want to sell? ASAP. Is the property vacant? No, I'm living in it. I'm going to use whatever I make from selling the property to purchase another. So just these 3 questions here. They're the legal owner. They don't want to work with a realtor. They want to sell ASAP. They're currently living in it, and they want to take what they make from the property and go purchase another. Helps me understand what the seller wants right out the bat. Now, based off of some of the wording, just because I've been doing this for a while, I can understand, like, are they a type of buyer that needs, like the facts and the figures? Are they an emotional buyer? In this case, like, I really don't want to deal with a buyer with a realtor. Tells me that it's more emotion than logic here. So what I'll go into this understanding, like, okay, what are your pain points? Why, like, what's making you want to sell? Why is now the time to sell? Those types of questioning to understand, like, what the emotional situation is. Is they moving for a family member? Are they struggling financially? Like, what's the reason for them wanting to sell? So you understand, like, how we make a profit. So this question is important here. I'll scroll this and kind of show you how Ryan pre-frames this. So before you complete the form, it takes 15 minutes to complete. We work as partners. Do you want to work with a partner? My first name, last name. I need your email, shipping address, property address. Are you the legal owner? Perfect time when you want to sell. Is it vacant? Are you currently living in it? Is there a tenant? So this is the question right here. Because we are an investment company, the way we make money is to buy properties that need to be updated and renovated. We renovate them completely to HGTV, Pinterest level, showcase house, then we resell them for a profit. Some houses just need a few, others need a complete overhaul. We buy every kind of property, and we're able to pay more for these kinds of properties. Ones that need updating, more than a true cash buyer, blah, 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 blah. Basically what he's doing here is pre-framing them, telling them, we are investors. We make money by buying houses at a discount. We fix them up and sell them for a profit. So yes, that sounds like a plan to me. So we're pre-framing the conversation that we're going to buy your house at a discount. We're not buying it for market value. So why are you looking to sell to an investor versus a realtor? I don't want to deal with a realtor. So I just don't want to mess with the whole realtor and listing process. They don't want to deal with showings. They don't want to deal with a realtor promising them, hey, this is when you're going to close. They don't really know the comps in the area. Maybe the realtor doesn't do very much marketing, so on and so forth. Okay, so rest of the questions. 3 beds, 2 baths, 2022, new countertops, updated cabinets, new tile, 2023, 24 interiors painted, exterior roof was last replaced, 2015 metal, factory windows, aluminum, 2023 new tiles, bathroom. So it sounds like it's pretty new-ish inside. Wood, circle asphalt drive, no sidewalks, pebble walkway to the drive for the steps. Small deck was built in 2020, no foundation, HVAC 2014, utilities is on a sewer, landscaping condition 7, regularly maintained, choice of photo condition, could use some updating. So they told us all those updates, and what they did was they selected here, their house looks like B. So A would be awful, B would be, need some updates, C means like it's up there. So they went through all the detail of telling me all the new things they put in their house, but it still needs some updating. So it's not quite there. So if you flip the property, what else would you put into it? So this is the question right after. If you were to renovate the property and flip it for a profit to maximize your return, what improvements would you as an owner make? This is just getting them to tell us like what things are actually wrong with it, because most times people will just come through here and say, meh, they'll kind of fudge it a little bit. They won't be truthful. So new sheet metal fencing. So all they would do to the property is put some new fencing, but the house still needs some updating. So what this tells me, there's an opportunity. Their win-win price is $120. If I go look at the sold, so it's here in Slanton, Texas. So if you got buyers or you got connections in Slanton, I probably will have a deal for you. What I'm looking at is, I'm pretty sure our target property is, what did she say? It's 3 beds, 2 baths. So I'm just going to show you how I kind of comp this. So 3 beds, 2 baths. I'm going to look in Slanton for 3 beds, 2 baths. I think this is already where the property's at. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. And I think it's 1,700 square foot. The Zillow details when I looked this up said that it was the home sits on 2 lots or grandfathered in the city. So it has 2 lots. We have an 8-hour guarantee, so we'll get you a cash offer in 8 hours. Whether you accept it or not, it's not. It just holds us to our word, and then we PayPal them $100. Some people don't like this. I like this because it puts a little urgency on us. But I got this, and I'm still within my 8-hour window. So underwriting this, no mortgage, 100% free and clear, not behind. Their kids grew up in this house. So according to Zillow, it said that this property was a mobile. I can't confirm or deny, but I'm pretty sure it's close. This is a close comp for it, but this one was back in 2023. So again, I don't really take this as my buy price. So 119 back in 2023. So I'm just going to filter this. So for all of you that are new that want to know how to comp, here's how you comp. Piece of cake. So this is a 3-bed, 1 bath. This sold for $45,000. This one needs a lot of updating. So that's probably not a comp for our property. So I need to zoom out here a little bit, find some other 3.2s. So here's a 3.2 that's bigger than ours. Actually, this right here, 3.2, 1,700 square foot. I think this is pretty close to ours. Need some updating. It's a 1960 build, sold for $175. So this is a non-updated property, 3-bed, 2 bath, 1,700 square foot. Looks like a decent sized lot, sold for $175 back in March, actually beginning of April. They listed it for $185, couldn't sell it. So $175, 99 square foot. That's probably going to be close to what our property's worth. Let me look at this one. This looks like a new build, and this one's cleaner. So this is 2014 build, smaller lot, $235. So I know for the most part we're not going to get more than probably about $200,000 ARV for this property. If this 3.2 was cleaned up, they could probably sell it for their original $185, like cleaned up and remodeled inside. That $185 price, just based off of what I was seeing here. Like this one probably needs a ton of updating. This probably sold for $9,000. This is a 2,200 square foot. This is a, sorry, I'm skipping through this fast because I gotta make this short. Lots of updating. It looks like it has a storm cellar. This is a 1966 on 1/3 of an acre, sold for $275. So her property is not going to get us more than $200,000 ARV, is my guess. I could be wrong, but I'm going to say like conservatively, and she said her win-win price was 120. Based off of what she told me, I'm going to say this one's probably in good shape. I'm just going to pull this window over here and actually do that property address so I can get the square footage of it. I just don't want to display it here, even though I just did, whatever. Pull this one over here too. So this is the address for Delana, Slayton, Texas. All right, so hers is 1,200 square foot actually. 1,200 square foot. Zillow says it's manufactured on 1/3 of an acre, and it's grandfathered in with the other lot, so it's probably 2/3 of an acre. It's kind of in a scraggly part of the neighborhood, so that's going to be a limiting factor. $104 in property taxes for the last year. It was built in '97, and it says it's a mobile manufactured, so it's probably not even going to comp. It's probably not even going to pull 185 a mobile, because that 3-bed 2-bath that we saw for 1,700 square foot, that sold for 175 back in April. That's a stucco build. That's a brick build house. That's not a mobile. Mobile is going to comp significantly lower. I don't think there's any mobile sales in all of Slayton. So I got to check the property records on this one to just be certain that it's a mobile. But if I zoom out and do like manufactured houses in all of Slayton, when I looked, I didn't see any sales that matched it, which either tells me that there's it's miscategorized as a mobile. Mobiles don't sell in Slayton, or let me remove this. Yeah, it's either mobiles don't sell, like I'm looking at for sale in Slayton, not a single mobile for sale, or manufactured. I don't know what else it would be categorized as. In this area. But let's just, for time's sake, let's say so 3 2s right now are going for 189 stucco built. Like 189, 200 is about the ARV. This one's 174, needs updating. I'm trying to see if I can find like a cleaned, remodeled 3-bed 2-bath, 1,200 square foot anywhere in Slayton. So this one's pretty clean, 1,100 square foot, $100,000. It's been on Zillow for 49 days. Here's what it looks like, just so you can see it. So this one's been there. I don't actually know what it looks like. Well, great for investors. So it's probably beat up. I don't know that there's any clean. Well, this one's pretty clean. 119 3 beds, 1,400 square foot. 114 days on Zillow. So I don't know if this is under 125. So I don't know if this is the case. Like if it's a flip, sometimes what flippers will do is they'll just put the property for sale right after they remodel it. So they put this in February for 130 and it still hasn't sold. Bounce price back up to 119. It's either in like a really bad area or it's priced too high. So this is a 119 3.2 1,400 square foot for 1,900 or 119. So I'm gonna say a mobile, and I'll confirm this. I'll look at a couple other places, but I'm gonna say like our max ARV is like 125. 25 a square foot for a 1,200 square foot house. I think it was the size. because I don't think it's gonna be $10 a square foot to put in it based off of what she told me. Like it needs some work, so 25 times 1216. That's gonna give me $30,000 in repairs. So I'm gonna say we'll just do an even 30. Feels about right. She said her win-win price was 121. So I'm gonna be significantly lower than that. I'm gonna be about half that on a novation deal or on a wholesale deal at a 125. Another thing I like to do with these, so like 120. Oof, yeah, I mean that's just such a hard price. That's almost retail. One thing that I've been trying out is, I don't know if you guys have used it or not, but Jerry Norton's PropWire software for comps. It's been okay. Like in Texas, it's like estimating the values. And what I've noticed is the estimates are usually a little bit high. Based off of what I'm seeing, so a 3-bed 2-bath would make a good rental here. I'm trying to find if I can get any of the county info. So I'm just gonna look it up in PropWire and see. The only sale PropWire has it for mobile homes in the last year within a half a mile. It was 47,000. 15,000 square foot, 14,000 square foot lot built in 2000. I mean, this is probably the closest comp that we'll get. This is a neighboring house. Mobile. Yep. So sometimes, like in this business, like win-win price is 120. Like that's not going to be anywhere close to what we can offer on this one, if I'm being 100% honest. Like I found one down the street. I don't know the condition of it, but it's 1,200 square foot too. PropWire is estimated that it sold for 47,000. I don't know when that was, but it's a 2,000 square foot. Is similar. The lot size is similar. It doesn't show any sales history, price history on Zillow at all. So again, another hard one to tell, but I don't foresee this. I mean, if there's a 3-2 that's been sitting for 114 days, that's brick built, looks like it's just north of where this property is. I don't see why this is gonna sell for 120 either. Like 120. So the justification that I'll take to this call with her is like, hey, 120 was your win-win price. We're not going to be anywhere close to that. I won't say it in that way, but hey, we're not going to be anywhere close to that. I'm seeing 3-2 similar square footage sell for like 90,000. I know that's probably not what you're wanting to hear. So we'll give her a couple of different options. Like I see this mobile one that's for sale for 89.95. If I did a novation, this particular house, that's probably what I would list it for. It's a 3-bed 2-bath. Just looking at this area, vinyl siding, single family. Looking at this area, it's probably going to be around there. Like without any repairs, it's worth like 89,000. So I'm going to adjust this ARV to like 115. So my starting offer is going to be 32,000. Sounds like a lowball deal, but when you look at the numbers, it just is what it is. Like even if I did 15 grand in repairs, 47,000 at that 125 ARV, like that just feels like a reach. $55,000 would be my wholesale price. Novation would be starting at 49, max would be 69. You list for 99, you make 30,000. That's to me our best case scenario is to do a novation, because 55,000 is deep from what she wants. I mean, that's a 115 grand discount. So I'll get her on the phone or I'll email her back. Just let her know, hey, I got an offer for you, and we'll see where it goes from there. So that's the first thing I wanted to share is some changes that I had there, or just that this process of adding leverage. Like I got all this info, never had to talk to the lady. PPC is going along. I think we got 3 leads over the weekend. Getting in contact with about 50% of those people. We'll see how that goes in terms of contacts. I did get 2 offers out over the weekend. An epiphany that I had over the weekend, over this Memorial Day break, is one of the things that has always perplexed me about my journey in business, the success that I've had, the success that I haven't had, is why am I not achieving more than I currently am? And a quote that stuck with me that I was reading in a book was 10x is better than 2x. It's a great book. 10x is better than 2x. And one of the quotes it says is 90% or 80%, whatever the number is, it's a large percentage of what you're currently doing right now is the reason why you're not getting 10x the results. And as I looked at what I was doing over the weekend, and I love hanging out with my family, I love going to dance recitals, I like being there, supporting my kids, being there as a dad. But I was always curious, like, how come I haven't achieved more? How come I'm not further along than I currently am at this point in time? And when I looked back at, I just kind of sat for a second and thought about, what the last few years for me looked like. The reason why I'm not 10x further than I am currently right now is because all the things that I was doing were getting in the way of that 10x. And that doesn't mean like I don't want to neglect my kids or my marriage or the things that we were doing. But those decisions are the reasons why I'm not further along than I currently am. And it sometimes just takes getting real with yourself. Like the reason why, I'm not where I want to be right now is because I'm, it's a Saturday and I've been at dance or tumbling recitals all day. Right? We got ready in the morning, worked a little bit, and then we were gone from like 10 until the evening. Didn't work a single bit. I bet you out there someone, I know for sure my competitor Stratton Brown that's doing the same challenge to $1 million, he was working. He called me while we were in and out and was like, hey dude, the only way you're catching me is if you are sending out offers and working your leads when you get home. And I didn't. Like he was out there working. Sunday, same thing. I don't usually work on Sundays, but someone's out there working. Memorial Day, another chance for me to catch up. I didn't really do much on Memorial Day. We went to a brunch in the evening. Then we drove around, ran some errands, looked at a car for my wife, and then before you know it, we were back in bed. The day just was gone. So there's another day that's gone. And I look back at my life and I look at all these little decisions that I make, like let's go see this car, let's go to this pool party, let's go to the dance recitals. And some of it is from the decisions that I'm making to like I'm choosing family over working. I'm choosing to go support my kids over, being here at the computer, comping deals, running numbers, talking to sellers. And some of it is lack of dedication, lack of fortitude, lack of commitment, lack of discipline. Those things are hard to stomach. But the reality is, if I had more discipline, could I do all the things that I do and still be able to get some work done? Probably. If I was more committed to it, could I get more work done than I'm currently doing? Probably. So there comes to the point where you look at it at like an ownership standpoint. Like I could sit here and say like, oh, it's, my kid's fault. It's, my family's fault. It's this person's fault. But the reality is like there's a lot of things under my own control that I can take. If I truly want to do this, and that's why I'm doing this, I have to go through these things. I got to learn these things about myself in order to get to where I want, because there's a lot of things, with anyone that you want to achieve something great, there's things within you that you have to change. And this epiphany over the weekend helped me realize that one of the things that I need to change is I need to be more disciplined. If I create a routine that I can be disciplined around, same way that I do with gym, same thing the way I do with basketball, same thing I do with like nutrition. Like I'm disciplined in those things. I don't miss days. I have a routine that I do. I know when I'm doing them, and I'm committed to those things because I have that in place. For business, for me, what I need is, okay, what is my routine? What's my schedule? What am I going to do? Like, what's my plan? When do I do those things? And then how do I create some discipline around that? I don't miss days. I stack the days. I get committed. I'm dedicated to it. And even if I have to go to a recital at 11, well, I'm going to be dedicated enough. I'm going to wake up at 5. Get my calls done, move things through the system, get PPC set up, reach out to agents, set some appointments for when I'm back on. That's the level of dedication and commitment that it takes. And right now, starting this journey, I'm not there yet. And it's hard to say, but it's the truth. And in order for me to get to where I want over the next few months, those are some of the things that I need to correct. So it's some of the soft skills. It's some of the things that like you don't see. Like it's not a tactic. It's not a strategy. For some people, it's like not tangible. Like there's people out there that are more dedicated than me, and they're probably achieving more. So one of the things that I'll be changing is dedicated time that I'll be streaming, dedicated times that I'll be working with sellers, dedicated times for moving things through the system, working leads, and then staying committed to that time frame. This is my schedule. This is what I do. No matter what happens, I'm getting this done. Even if it gets pushed back an hour or I have to do some of it and then finish it another time, I'm going to be dedicated to those times. Same way that I'm dedicated to my fitness. Like I've been in great shape. I got a 6-pack. Like I've never not been in shape. I've never not, had the body that I wanted, physique wise, or been able to do the things I want athletically, because I'm disciplined to that routine, to doing the plyo work, to doing the strength work, to changing different workouts, to trying, working with trainers, to getting the nutrition stuff, figuring out what supplements I need. Same thing that I apply to that, my physical fitness, I apply that to business, is what I need to start doing. So those are some of the changes that you'll see. Just wanted to pop in. I know it's been about 30 minutes or so, but just throw you a quick update on, hey, here's the deal that I'm working. Here's what leverage actually looks like in a business. Let's comp a quick deal for new people that have never comped a deal, and then be a little bit vulnerable and share, areas that I'm weak that I'll improve on. As I go through this challenge, it helps me identify what those things are. Share those with you because maybe you're struggling with the same thing. So if you got some value from this, just comment down below. Let me know. It's been helpful for people that have reached out on Instagram, left comments down below to know that someone's watching. Because at the end of the day, if only one person watches this and I make an impact on them, that's enough for me. But let me know you're out there. Comment down below if this is helping you, if you're on the same journey, if some of these stories or things that I've been telling or sharing have been helpful for you. Let me know. Let me know more of what you want to see in these streams. But I'll keep streaming every day. Every day during the week. Like I'm not doing Sundays. But yeah, I'll keep streaming. I'll keep sharing. Keep showing you the wins, the losses, the struggles, things that I'm dealing with, so that way you can get better too. So peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.